Godzilla, King of the Monsters has already received its official MPAA rating. Warner Brothers and New Line were able to kick off their MonsterVerse back in 2014 with Gareth Edwards' Godzilla. Although the film was criticized for not having enough of the giant monster, that won't be a problem for the sequel. Michael Dougherty joined Godzilla 2 as its director after finding success with Krampus, and he's unlisted a great cast and plenty of other giant creatures, both of which are evident by the first Godzilla, King of the Monsters trailer. Stranger Things Millie Bobby Brown stars in her first movie role, where she'll play the daughter to Vera Farmiga and Kyle Chandler. Events of the movie have split up the family, putting Chandler on a search and rescue, while Farmiga and Brown are involved in possibly releasing the rest of the monsters. Even though the sequel is raising the bar, it's sticking with the same rating as the previous installment. Related, Godzilla has just visited Frozen Ghidorah. According to Monarch's website, the MPAA has officially given Godzilla, King of the Monsters a PG-13 rating for sequences of monster action, violence and destruction, and for some language. Neither the rating nor the reason behind the decision should come as a surprise, as it is nearly identical to what Godzilla received. The only difference is the language, which was not listed on the first movie. The actual MPAA rating isn't terribly shocking, as a PG rating would point towards a more family-friendly monster flick, but an R rating doesn't feel necessary. However, the more noteworthy part to this rating is the timing. King of the Monsters doesn't hit theaters until late May 2019, and the MPAA doesn't hand out official ratings until the final cut has been completed. This means that the sequel is well ahead of schedule. This could be the result of the heavy CGI required to bring Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, and Rodan to life. The edit may be completed so WB doesn't waste money completing scenes that are going to wind up on the cutting room floor. There's an alternative reason why the cut may completed this early. 2. The sequel is currently set to come out in the heart of an incredibly competitive summer. It will follow into the footsteps of Avengers 4 and Aladdin from Disney, as well as John Wick 3 and Pokémon Detective Pikachu. There's also Toy Story 4, The Lion King, Men in Black, and Spider-Man: Far From Home coming out through July. With a marketing campaign that began 2 months ago, WB could move the film up and stake out a potentially more dominant spot. They have no wide releases in March currently and found success with Kong Skull Island in that same month last year. Godzilla, King of the Monsters would then have to compete with Captain Marvel and Dumbo, but it could dethrone the latter. Whether WB decides to move it or not, it is clearly shaping up well and will be PG-13 whenever it hits theaters. Source: MPAA. Via Bloody Disgusting. Tags: Godzilla 2.